रेडियो ऑस्लो आपके बिजनेस की तरक्की और तशहीर का बेहतरीन जरिया है। रेडियो ऑस्लो में अपने इश्तिहारात दें। रेडियो ऑस्लो, वॉइस ऑफ कम्युनिटी। पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी का पहला मुकम्मल रेडियो चैनल रेडियो ऑस्लो, ये पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी का एजाज है। रेडियो ऑस्लो से ताउन करना कम्युनिटी से ताउन करना है। पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी का पहला मुकम्मल रेडियो चैनल रेडियो ऑस्लो, ये पाकिस्तानी कम्युनिटी का एजाज है। रेडियो ऑस्लो से ताउन करना इस्लाम और कम्युनिटी से ताउन करना है। रेडियो ऑस्लो, हमारा मिशन नॉर्वे और कम्युनिटी की खिदमत।
For why people have anxiety?
Anxiety.
Okay. That is very complex. It's not an easy answer to that question. Very many times people, we are born into different environments, different families. We are born with different genes. Scientists have even discovered that you can be born with PTSD in your genes if former generations have experienced a lot of trauma. So sometimes it can be kind of drawn in our genes. And if you, for example, have had an experience in your own life that is traumatic, you experience anxiety when you have to face that same situation again. Yeah. And for me, it was just when I was a small child, I just discovered that when I had to do school plays in front of many people, I was maybe just 7 years the first time, then I discovered that I had anxiety when I had to be at a stage. So I think for me it was kind of something I was born with. Yeah.
Can you suggest what should we care about this disease?
Brochures that Angstringen give to people who are interested to come here for meetings and go into groups. It says something about what is anxiety, how you can experience anxiety, and it even asks the question, do anxiety make you crazy? Because sometimes it can feel like it, but you are actually not crazy. And it asks the question, is it possible to make change? Of course it is possible. And it has tips about what you can do said that it is complex, but in my personal experience is that you can be born with some of it maybe in your genes, because your mother or father or your family before that having experienced traumatic events in their life, because these things, they are kind of marked in our DNA in our body. And I talked about when I was a child, I discovered my anxiety when I was maybe just 7 years old, when I had to do a school play. And that was such a traumatic experience for me that after that my anxiety just grew bigger and bigger and bigger. Yes, so the important thing is, if you're afraid of something, if you have anxiety for something, you have to face it. And that is also something we do here in the groups in Angstringen. You challenge yourself. For instance, if you are afraid of talking in front of a lot of people, try to do it just before one person, then two, and then three, because then you every time you do it, you have a feeling of that's the word, mastering something. You feel good about yourself, good feelings, and next time you can go further, and you maybe can challenge you even more. And
Yes.
you can at the end experience that it is absolutely no problem at all.
Okay, if anybody feel that he has this disease, what should he do about this first step? He should come hospital or should any medicine?
The first you have to do is acknowledge for yourself, okay, I have this problem.
Okay.
And for me, it has grown to be such a big problem that you decide you have to do something about it. The first thing I would do, maybe, talk to friends, talk to family and be honest about it. And then I would go to my GP, till fastlegen min,
Yes.
and talk about this problem. What can I do? And can you do something that can help me? Maybe refer me to a psychologist. Maybe refer me to a group like in Angstringen, where you can go talk to other people that have the same issues, problems, like you do when you have anxiety. I mean, you go into a group like in Angstringen. The first time you go in, it can be very frightening, because then other people you tell other people that you have this problem. Maybe you are ashamed of it, and then you look around the table and you see maybe 6, 8, 10 other people looking absolutely normal, just like you.
Okay.
Normal people, but they have
No
the same
indication.
problem.
Okay.
No. Then you can talk about it. You can tell about what your problem is. Just for someone, just talking about it, saying it out loud will help, because then you have acknowledged for yourself, I have this issue, and I am proud to be telling you this today. I admit that I have this issue. Your shame can be smaller, can be you have less shame. Maybe you feel that you have just mastered to tell it to someone, and you go home after the first meeting and be proud of yourself. And you have to do this work for a long period of time, not just one time, not just 2 times, maybe for a year or 2. And at the same time, you can go to a psychologist if you need to talk about something that is bothering you. And as I said, talk to your friends, go for long walks in the forest, hug a tree. Hug a tree is very useful.
And how much percentage in Norway people involved this? Can you tell me some idea?
The percentage of, what can I say, population, I'm not sure.
What?
10%.
20% during a lifetime.
Yeah, during lifetime.
Lifetime.
Yeah.
And how much age? No age control. Young person, old person. Everybody can involve in this
You can
disease.
get it the whole life.
Everyone.
Everyone can.
Children, small children can
More
have
chances.
clear signs of anxiety. Maybe in children we often see that maybe they are afraid of going to school.
Yeah.
They are afraid of going to a children's party or something like that. So I guess the things that you feel anxiety for changes as you grow older, because a child has anxiety in a child's world, but children, young adults, adults and elderly people, it's all the same.
Mostly elder people involved this or children mostly? What is the ratio of?
I don't know, but if I have to guess, I will.
I think it sometimes debuts a lot in early adulthood, around 20 or 25. I think a lot of people peak a little bit, but it can happen whenever.
Can you suggest any treatment method? How can we escape from this disease?
You have to start to work with it, and you have to do something about it. You have to get to know yourself, you have to know a lot about anxiety, and you have to start to be interesting and do something about it. Then it gets better. If you just wait it out, nothing happens.
And I can tell you, we talked about earlier about physical sickness, and now we talk about mental issues and sickness. Physical, if you have, for instance, broken your leg, a doctor will fix it.
Okay.
If you have anxiety,
Yeah, of course.
the doctor can't fix it.
Yeah.
The doctor can tell you what you can do, but you have to do it yourself. So this is kind of special because if you are in a period in your life you are experienced a lot of anxiety, you don't have so much hva heter det? At du har ikke så mye pågangsmot. Du har ikke så mye
Stamina.
You don't have so much strength. Thank you. To do something about it yourself. When the only medicine is to have the power to do something about it yourself. Does that make sense? You have to face the things that gives you anxiety.
But you can do it step by step.
Step by step.
And you can get support.
It's important to do it step by step.
And support.
What the government of Norway is doing for this disease? Can you tell me any steps, any measurements, any plan?
The government in Norway, of course, the first thing they do is to let the GPs tell their patients about what they can do. That is something the GPs have to do. And I also know kommunene, OSLO kommune, for instance, have a lot of places where you can go.
Rask psykisk helsehjelp.
Yeah.
You can go and get the course in anxiety
They are
management.
free, gratis. Eh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And short waiting, and you don't have to. You can just go there. Yeah.
Because if you are going to be, the doctor is making an appointment for you in sykehusene, for instance, it can take 3 months. If you go to see a psychiatrist, it takes a lot of time. But if you are going to use a tilbud in Oslo kommune, for instance, they have a lot of lavterskel tilbud, it's called in Norwegian, where you can just meet and you have someone to talk to and they can help you.
Or you can also get a book about anxiety, start to learn something. There's a lot of podcasts which are real good. Everything is fine. Just have to start. Try a lot of different stuff, be interested in it. Sort of like training, you have to use some time on it.
Yeah.
Get interested, try a lot of different things, and you will get better. But you have to, it takes some time, and you have to be patient. I think that's the key. It's not one magical thing, but a lot of different things.
This is the radio is working on it. We have a broadcasting.
Yeah.
Health for all.
Yeah.
Because I want to radio also want to guide information providing to the people.
Yeah.
They should know. One thing more. Tell me that this is disease special for alone persons or anybody can involve this disease.
Anybody.
Anybody, no, it's no difference. Alone or family, no.
No.
Anybody can.
Everybody. Anybody and everybody.
Anybody,
Yeah.
yeah, anybody.
It's no difference.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
And you should not.
be careful.
And
What
you
is the
should not.
measurement?
You should not feel so ashamed about it. Be yourself.
Yes,
Talk to
you're right.
people.
Should be clear at immediately. No lazy.
Then it's easier. It's easier, and then you could start to be yourself a little bit more. Show yourself with some anxiety. Don't hide it so
Yeah.
much.
Yeah.
But normal looks like talking
Yes.
with me normal.
This is normal.
We are normal, funny people.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Because
much. Yeah.
these days I'm healthy.
Healthy.
Yeah.
Of course, you are also healthy. Very good. Thank you very much for giving good
Thank
information
you.
for the people.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you for the project.